To answer your question, yes, we are two adult women. And yes, we love Bieber, and that's why we're publicly stalking him.
We're crazy.
Hey! Maybe he's what America needs. One nation under beeps. We're gonna be two less lonely girls. We're gonna be two less lonely girls. We love Justin Bieber, and let us be clear, we're not being ironic at all.
Hosted by Corinne Fisher and Rosebud Baker.
Testing. Oh, shit. Hi. I told you I was tired. Okay.
Welcome
back everybody, to Two Less Lonely Girls. I'm Rosebud Baker.
I'm Corinne Fisher, and we are here in my apartment. Alfred will be growling at anyone who dares enter their own apartment building, and it'll be fun.
So, without further ado, we actually have a very, very special guest
Very
tonight,
special.
today, whenever you're listening to this. And
In your life.
she is one of the members of Me Also.
I was going to say, I was like, what band name are you going to make up?
I know, seriously.
She's one of the members of Rhode Island, Connecticut
Rhode Island,
on Ice.
You take it over. Just do it. Do it yourself.
Oh my gosh. Oh wait. So yes, this is one of the members of Me Also, Cadence.
Hi.
Cadence,
hello.
what's your last name?
It's Owensby.
Right.
Oh, I didn't know. I was like, I didn't know if we're giving out that much info, but if you're comfortable
You
with
know
it,
what? I'm gonna be a public persona as a member of this group. So
That's
might
the
as
right
well,
attitude.
you know?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be very, very famous.
Obviously.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you prepared?
No, totally.
do you know
I'm
what
ready.
it entails?
Well,
Can you tell us?
No, I don't exactly know, but I trust.
Good, because neither do we.
Yeah.
Great. I mean, we're all just embarking on this journey together. It's going to be a wild journey. I already know all about your astrology, so
Yes.
that's the first step.
That is the first step.
Wait, is your middle name's Jessica, right?
Well, this is a story. My first name is Jessica.
Oh, right. I knew there was a Jessica involved somewhere.
Yes.
Because you didn't know this, but we wanted to rename you because everyone's name in the group ended with an A except for you. And so we're like, we'll let Cadence in if we can call her Jessica.
And like, I'm okay with that if we need to for the group.
It's also, it's also a sluttier name. So I feel like it does work better for,
A girl
sex
group.
sells.
Yeah,
everyone.
totally.
Sex sells.
Yeah, Cadence has her shit together. Jessica gives blowies in the hallway.
Very true. Very true.
Is that why you went? Why did you?
She's like, that's why I changed it.
That's why I changed it. No, I was kind of paranoid because I moved to New York when I was 18 and started auditioning for like musical theater and all that stuff. And there were like a million Jessicas in all the auditions. And I'm like, they really meant to call me back. They just called back the wrong Jessica.
Wow, that's some mental illness.
Yeah,
I love it.
exactly. So I was like, in order to make sure they know who they're calling back. Also, I just hated the name Jessica. I used to work at a Starbucks and everyone would be like, hi, my name is Jessica. I need a grande caramel macchiato with no whip. And I
used to work at there was like a couple coffee shops in my past that I've worked at, but one of them, they are a special breed of people.
Special breed of people
Yeah.
that are the Jessicas. So that's basically why I was like, I need a more unique name.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that I was like the uniqueness I could definitely see because I was like I only know one Cadence. I know obviously multiple Jessicas.
Yeah.
I put a limit on the Jessicas in my life.
Totally.
Yeah. What's your limit?
I guess right now
3,
it's
4.
Right now I only have one main Jessica that I work with.
One main Jessica.
I like that I said I work with her. She's my friend. I work with her.
I'm
working on her.
Yeah.
She's wonderful, but has a lot of personality.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like Jesses are okay.
Yeah.
I like my family still calls me Jess. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
All right.
That's cool. My family calls me Bud, like a trucker.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
That's cool.
Beauty by Bud.
At least it's in
Beauty
your
by Bud.
name, Rosebud. It's not just out of nowhere. Like,
well,
hey, bud.
yeah. I mean, it went from Rosebud to Bud and then back to Rosebud because I was like, Rosebud's more mature in college. And,
Yeah.
now it's Rosie.
My dad
pretty
named
much.
2 dogs Buddy because he has no sense of like originality.
I love
Wow.
that. Just make it simple.
Yeah.
You know what? That's perfect for me.
Yeah.
If Rhode Island would just call itself Rhode Island,
Yeah.
that's it. Just every town in Rhode Island is Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Then
Well, it's so
perfect.
tiny. Like, how many towns are there? 3?
Right.
Yeah, I'm like, just call it by the state. Why do we need all these fucking... What do we need these for? They're
right.
all the same. Anyway, I've been around America, and it's all the
to our
same.
show in Rhode Island. Now that we've kicked your state to the dirt.
It's all good. I'm sure it's lovely. Never been there.
I'm just
it's
evening it
nice.
out because let me tell you something. The entire time we were in Canada, Corinne would go on stage and just be like, "Canada sucks. You guys
They
suck."
fucking loved it.
They did.
loved it.
They loved it. They
Yeah.
really did.
They were like, I was just being like it was like a dominatrix move.
It
Exactly.
was. They
Yeah.
loved being disrespected.
They loved it. They got the seats were moist
Yeah.
afterwards.
Canada really is the beta male
Of North America.
Yeah.
That's also why I appreciated them and I enjoyed the show so much because I love, and that's actually in Newport, Rhode Island is like one of the only other places where I came and just shat on the town.
Yeah.
Like I just straight up made fun of them because they're really, really wealthy, and I just made fun of them. And they also have a terrible drinking and driving problem. So like be alert when you're walking around. Don't be like making Instagram stories. I'm like not even joking.
Yeah.
Like people will straight up, it's a Thursday, so it might be better, but on Friday, Saturday, people will just drive into poles.
Yeah,
Like
when
it's so bad.
When I was there, I remember walking around and just being like, "This seems like a nice place to buy a gift for your mom."
Oh yeah. It's
Yes,
very, the
yes,
whole
yes,
place is like a
yes.
A
gift
lot
shop.
of pashminas.
Yeah. Pashminas and like little trinket boxes made of seashells.
Yeah, local
Like
artisans.
what are those memory stores, you know? Like,
Yes.
yeah.
Where it's just
Exactly.
like a lot of tchotchkes, a lot of like, is that a woman, statue of a woman? Is that a child? Who cares?
Are they
It says I miss
intertwined
you.
in pewter?
Right.
Yes.
We get
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're here to talk about today. Today we're here to talk about, like, hang on, a segue. We're here to talk about Julie Andrews.
Yes.
I asked Cadence earlier. We were volunteering like heroes.
Yes,
not
'cause
a big
we're
deal.
good people.
And I said, Cadence, heads up. We're gonna probably want to, whittle it down to one thing in pop culture, one person, one idea, as we have done with the other Me Also members. And Cadence hit me with a Julie Andrews. I was not expecting it, but I leaned in.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I was telling Corinne, the only thing I know about Julie Andrews is that she was in Sound of Music. She has a lesbian haircut
yeah.
in that.
In that, yes.
And she's got a great dermatologist.
yes. Yeah.
I mean, her skin
all
is
true things.
her skin is
I have to
amazing.
Google.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
I like that you don't know that much about her, but you know what her skin condition is at this time.
I do.
Well, like, and it doesn't seem
Well,
like
I know
she's
what it
gotten
was like
much
3
work
years ago.
done. Yeah.
Yeah. She's
no,
gotten a little work done. She's
Yeah, a
gotten
little
some
bit.
filler.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But nothing
Here in Hollywood.
crazy.
Nothing crazy. Yeah.
It
She's
looks
like
great.
A hot
She's
older
aging
broad.
gracefully. yes.
Exactly. I was like, it's kind of like a Susan Sarandon, has gone cuckoo upstairs, but in her face, I feel like she is aging like in a great way.
Yeah.
Because you don't
Yeah.
want to be so tucked.
Yeah. You want to
Yeah.
look like how, that I've always been like, that's exactly how I want to age.
Yeah.
Which seems to be working as I'm 28 and people think I'm 16.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 So I'll hold on to that. And I also cut my hair short like Julie Andrews for a while. So I had that really short
Wow,
pixie.
like this
like
short?
Oh,
I'm showing her a
shorter.
picture.
Shorter. I'll show it.
Did you have like an army buzz cut? How much shorter can you go?
No, it was
She
just
went
like
full
it was,
G.I.
like,
Jane.
very pixie. Just like they shaved it on the sides and like.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
I've thought about doing
yeah.
that many times.
Because
and then
I
was
just
like,
always have my hair up. So, but I love either what I call mermaid hair, where it's like down to my belly
Right.
button, or I like really short.
Yeah.
It's the
I
in-between.
agree. I agree. Like that. Like it's. I've had my hair both of those lengths, but like I think if you can go short, I'm like a big fan of short.
Yeah.
I like it.
Totally.
I think
agree.
it's a statement. I think it's
It
a
is.
statement.
Yeah.
So, all right. So that's what Rosebud knows about Julie Andrews. I mean, obviously, I know like Sound of Music, Mary Poppins.
oh, right.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but
Victor Victoria. Like,
okay, yeah, that's true.
yeah.
I always forget about that one, but I've seen that. And then, I mean, what do we know? Hit us with why you love her personal career. I want to know it all.
Yeah, no, totally. Well, she was born on October 1st, 1935.
Libra.
Wow.
Yes. And she shares a birthday, or my mom has the fortune of sharing a birthday with Julie Andrews, October 1st. So obviously meant to be. She grew up in Surrey, in England.
With the fringe on top.
Yeah, pretty much. And spelled the same way. And she was in a vaudevillian act growing up with her stepfather and her mother. And if you read her first part of the memoir, her dad, who she thought she knew, was not her dad. It was a secret her entire life. And then she found out as an adult that like her mom just got knocked up by someone random and whatever. So it's like,
oh my God.
it's pretty cool. But
Wow.
pretty cool. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
but
because
she's
she was
just
born in 1935.
Okay,
so yeah, that's like
and she would sing in the tunnels during World War II. So like she was like a little girl, like 6 or 7.
she's like 1,000.
She's been working
Yeah, she's
forever.
been working forever. And she sang for the Queen. She was the youngest person to sing for the Queen, I believe, at 12.
Oh my God.
She's just incredible. She's been performing like her whole life.
Seems like she was forced into it, but
Pretty much. But I guess she grew to love it. And like,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, you don't stick with it.
Yeah, you don't stick with it unless you love it. And of course, like she made her Broadway debut at 18. It was the 30th of September. So the next day she turned 19.
Wow.
Random facts. I thought I had to move to New York and get on Broadway by the time I was 18. That does not
We all think
happen.
that.
We all think that.
Yeah.
to me, I feel like I'm like, if you really are like have aspirations of being in the entertainment business, 18 feels late. It's like you got to be doing
Yeah.
it since you're like 6.
Oh, I was begging my mom at 12 to move the family to New York City. I was like, we can live in a trailer. Like, we don't need much. I just need to be
those
here.
classic New York City
Yeah,
trailers.
Those trailers. I know. I was like, well, we could live in New Jersey, like in a trailer. Like, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
Your mom must love that.
Oh yeah, she loved it. But yeah, so Julie Andrews is amazing. She has been performing for forever. She gives back to charities all the time.
What's a Julie Andrews charity of choice, and is that why you decided to volunteer today?
Oh gosh, I can't name one of the charities off the top of my head. 'Cause
It's
I'm
okay.
bad.
I'll handle this.
Yeah, it's a Google.
It's a research break. I will, but if anyone from Google is listening, Rosebud and I 100% will change it to it's a Google break if you offer us money.
100%.
100 emoji.
Literally any money that you want to offer us, Google.
Yes.
Anything. Just throw out a number. We'll talk.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, she's just an awesome broad. Oh, this is something that I thought was really, really cool. So, you know, she starred in Broadway in The Boyfriend, My Fair Lady, Camelot. Like, yeah, Victor Victoria, they brought it back after the movie. And through all those shows, she had been nominated for Tonys, but she never won a Tony Award.
Yeah.
And so people were like, you know, like she should have a Tony. So she was nominated for Victor Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
But no one in the entire show else was nominated. So she made a big speech at curtain call and said, I can no longer accept this nomination. I'm a, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's been an egregious oversight. So I will stand with my cast and crew. And like, basically it was like, screw you, Tony Awards. I'm not.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So like, I thought that was pretty badass to be like, nope. And so she's, I think, one of the only like living legend icons who does not have a Tony Award, but has like all kinds of, you know.
Yeah. To think that Julie Andrews doesn't have a Tony Award is pretty criminal.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So the Tonys, even after that, the Tonys were like, well, fuck you.
Probably. Yeah.
I'm sure
I
that's
mean,
what that, because that's like,
Well,
for
and
her
she
to
hasn't
not
been
get
back
one
on
after
Broadway.
that is insane.
Right.
But she has an Academy Award for Mary
For
Poppins.
Poppins,
yeah.
That's so crazy though.
And this is another cool fact.
It's really weird.
So she starred in My Fair Lady, but she was passed over for the movie for Audrey Hepburn, who then had to have it dubbed, right? Which by Marnie Nixon.
Right.
And
Of
I
course.
like you said that, like classic fact. Everyone
We all know.
knows that.
We all know
everyone
that.
knows that.
That's just in our back
That's just
pockets.
like yeah. Obviously. No, I'm
Literally had no clue.
Literally such
It's
a
like the
musical
sky
theater
is
nerd.
blue.
Yeah, no. But anyway, so Julie Andrews was passed over for that, and that's kind of a hard blow. She was in talks for it, but they were like, we needed a name. But
So Julie Andrews just wasn't at all a name at the time, or
not really. She was just like a Broadway name.
So she was like, it was
She
like
had never done a film.
It was like she's like a Sutton Foster level.
Yes.
Or,
Oh, I
okay.
love Sutton Foster.
Okay.
Yes. That's
Literally, that's like the only working Broadway actress I can even
Yeah.
name.
Yeah. She's awesome.
Well, Kristen Chenoweth was that for a little while
for a
too.
little while, yeah.
And then she transitioned
Into like film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so yeah, she was passed over for that. But when she was doing Camelot on Broadway, Walt Disney came and saw her in that and said, "We want
I
her
hate
for."
Jews. Oh.
Oh yeah, that I mean that too. He's like, "You don't look Jewish. Get over here." And was like, "She's the perfect person for Mary Poppins. I want her." Blah blah blah. At the time, she was like, "Oh, by the way, I'm pregnant, so I might not be able to do it." And he's like, "Oh, well, wait." So they ended up finishing Mary Poppins, and Mary Poppins was up against My Fair Lady, and so Audrey Hepburn versus Julie Andrews. They were both up for the award, and Julie Andrews got it.
Okay.
So like,
My Fair Lady, kind of a snooze. I know that's like a controversial stance. Not my favorite.
yeah, no, and it's like I need more romance, not just like I tolerate you.
I also don't want to watch a man shove marbles into a woman's mouth and tell her how to talk.
It's not your kink.
No. It's not like my thing.
It also, I mean, very dangerous.
Yeah, I'm like
Very
choking
dangerous. She
hazard.
could have,
Very
there's a
dangerous.
lot of marbles in her mouth at one point. And
Well,
I
that's
was,
why Marnie Nixon was singing.
yeah, I remember being very concerned.
Yeah. Yeah. But so that was like a cool moment, and like she got to pass Jack Warner, who, you know, did not want her in the film, and be like, "Hi,
Yeah.
got it." So
Okay.
that's fun.
I like it. Yeah, I like.
And you're like a musical theater gal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So when did you start?
Well, I started dance when I was 3, and I begged my mom to do it before then as well. But, you know, I was in diapers and they would not allow for that.
Okay.
And
Fair.
then at like 13, I went to a dance camp up in Buffalo, New York. I'm originally from Knoxville, Tennessee, so it was a big old trip. And someone from Wicked came and taught like a class and a seminar. And I didn't realize like you could sing and dance for a living, like all the time. And I was like, oh, okay, so this is what I'm going to do. So at 15, my mom's a sweetheart. She's in human resources and she was in the Army, like very straightforward lady.
Yeah.
But she's like, I'm going to read all these books and I'm going to figure out like what's the best path and what we can do and what steps we can take. And we're going to write down our goals that are achievable and time limited, whatever.
Yeah.
So she's like, first things first, you need to go on an audition and you need to learn about rejection, because she also is a psychologist. So she's like, this path is fraught with rejection, so you need to get used to it. I went to audition for West Side Story at a place an hour away, and I got the role of Anybody's.
Oh, that's a fun role. So you said that really backfired.
That really backfired. And then my mom had to drive me to rehearsal an hour out, hour back every,
Anybody's
Wow.
is such a fun. That's my favorite role in that piece.
It's so fun.
Yeah. That you Rosebud also you would have been a great Anybody's. It's 'cause
I know,
it's
but
such
I
a
never
scrappy
got
role
I never got roles like that because of how I look. I always got roles that were like
for big tit.
No, I would
ladies?
just get
Oh.
ensemble because they would go, "Oh, you're like your voice doesn't match your face." And I remember a casting director being
Huh.
like, "You'll grow into your type." And I was like, "When?"
what I get all the time,
And she was
yeah.
like, like in your 60s. And I was like,
What?
"Okay."
Wow.
But now I look back and I'm like, "No, I get it. That's my personality. I'm like a 60-year-old woman."
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm a little fed up. And that's who I am. And I've been that since I was in elementary school.
Well, Pisces is the oldest of the zodiac.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
for sure.
We're also supposed to be like naive, but I'm not. I don't think. Anyway.
But yeah, so I got that, and then I just kind of got the bug and all that good stuff. But then I've had plenty of rejection to make up for it. So
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, because sometimes there also is like, and not that you're not telling, but there is like a beginner's luck. Because
Yeah,
even like the
totally.
first time I did stand up, like I did it actually in a contest when I was 17, and I like did not bomb, but
Right.
it's like, to do well at stand-up comedy when you're 17, you either have to be like precocious and obnoxious in front of an audience who's going to eat something like that up, or you have to have been like molested. Like you have to have something there, to talk about. I was neither, so that was just literally beginner's luck.
Yeah.
yeah,
There was no way around that.
no. I really relate every time you say like I don't have like the troubled background to like be interesting, and that's like literally how I felt. Where I'm like, I have nothing to rebel against. My parents are super supportive.
Right.
Like they've done everything
Snooze
they can for me.
fest.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, ugh. Well, I was a fat kid, so like
Me too.
that's why I have a personality.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I have a lot of other bad shit that happened, but
Right? Yeah.
yeah,
it's I don't know. I don't think it's a necessary thing to have. Like I know so many performers and so many stand-ups that came from money and that like
Yeah, that's true.
went to prep school and are really fucking funny. Really funny comics. And I'm like, all it takes is like knowing yourself.
Yeah, Jerry
Totally.
Seinfeld is like, I mean, like the most famous example of someone who just
He
had a
seems
very
to have his shit together, yeah.
Oh yeah, he had a really regular life, and that's why he's always just talking. He's like, no, I just like to write jokes. Nothing happened, no trauma,
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, cool. And Kathy Griffin as well. When you were talking about Kathy Griffin, like when you were talking about like trying to convince your parents to move the family, like Kathy Griffin's mom actually did do that.
I know. And I was showing
Dad,
my mom
yeah.
all these articles where it's like, they did this. You don't. The biggest fight we got into was I told my mom she didn't really love me because she wouldn't move us. And like my mom is so calm. She took me by the shoulders and just like started convulsing. And she's like, "How dare you?" Like shaking. I had never been so terrified in my life.
Really?
But that was because I was like, you don't really love me, and I'm blah blah blah.
Well, I mean, on the flip
The
side,
only time I told my mom that was when she was gardening and she didn't hear me say that I needed her. Oh. And I was like,
wow, you went from
it was really
60.
nothing. It was she just didn't hear me.
Yeah, wow.
It was a real sore spot for
What a
me.
family dynamic.
It's crazy that I got into a thing where I force words onto strangers.
That's really hilarious.
Make them listen to me.
Oh my god.
Need to feel heard. I relate.
All right.
That's so cute though that you were like so ambitious at such a young age.
Oh yeah, like
That's a very Capricorn thing.
It totally is, and like I also felt the world's burdens on my shoulder.
Yeah.
From a very early age, I was like, I need to. I don't know. I'm an only child too, so I'd always be like, mom and dad are gonna die, and they're gonna die
you're
soon.
an only child, and your mom wouldn't move you. Wow,
I know.
that's
I
crazy.
know.
Now, see, now I'm actually mad
Right.
at your mom.
Right. Well, she had a good job, and she was always our grandmother lived with us too, so she was taking care of her mom, and then my dad's mom came to live with us too.
Oh, wow.
So it was me, my mom, my dad, and 2 grandmas. But
That's a lot of encouragement.
yes, right.
Yeah.
Although one was very nitpicky and would be like, "Oh, you need to lose weight," and then she would force feed me snacks and be like, "Why aren't you eating?"
Right.
So,
So you're like, I'm getting mixed messages.
Exactly. I don't know what to do. But yeah.
See, that's so funny because like I feel like everybody has shit like that where it's like, yes, everybody's like, oh yeah, I had a normal childhood, and I'm like, well, you mean typical.
Right.
Like nobody had a normal childhood. There is no such thing.
But like, I think what we say there wasn't like a large traumatic incident.
Right.
Is
Yeah,
what
yeah,
right.
There was, it was happy, healthy,
yeah.
as could be in like
Right.
a typical
I know what you mean.
way. Yeah, no, totally. But I was very mad that she wouldn't pick us up and move us. But I get it. I don't think.
I know.
think
Isn't
could
it
have
cool
done
when you
either.
grow up and you go, oh, they're just like people.
Oh, they're just like exactly.
don't-
Yeah, that's why they made so many mistakes.
Yeah. Truly.
That's why they messed me up. Well, I don't think it's talked about much, and maybe I shouldn't bring it up too
Do
much.
it.
And I need to do more research on it because I've forgotten most of it. But
We don't need research or facts on this show. Don't worry about it.
yeah. Well, Julie Andrews was married to Blake Edwards, the famous director, and they adopted children from Vietnam, and one of them, I forget who, but they had like a major drug problem and was like hospitalized and tried to commit suicide and all this like crazy dark stuff.
Wow.
I was like, but it doesn't come out that often. I'm wondering.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm reading in the personal life. So it says Andrews has been married twice. First to set designer Tony Walton, yeah, and then to director Blake Edwards until his death in 2010.
Yeah.
Andrews married Walton. Blah blah blah. That was like they
had one child together, Emma.
Okay, yeah. Emma was born 2 months later after something happened. And then Andrews married Edwards in 1969. His children from a previous marriage, Jennifer and Jeffrey, were 3 and 5 years older than Emma. In the 1970s, Edwards and Andrews, here we go, adopted 2 daughters, Amy in 1974 and Joanna in 1975. It doesn't even say that they're from Vietnam, though, which seems like a fact that you would want to put in here.
Right.
That's like an interesting tidbit. Andrews is a grandmother to 9 and great-grandmother to 3.
Woo woo woo. I like those numbers. 3 is my lucky number. So
Why?
I don't know.
3 is a magic number. That's like from Schoolhouse Rock.
Maybe. I don't know. I've always loved 3, and I think like I grew up Presbyterian, so like the God, Holy Spirit,
Yeah. Father, Son, Holy
Jesus.
Ghost.
Yeah.
That
So I
is
was
the
always
most wholesome reason for having a lucky number that I've ever heard.
Yeah. I mean, and like I don't really relate to religion anymore, but I'm still like very spiritual, and
Yeah.
God is love. That's my
Yeah.
God is love. Love is God, and
It's just a t-shirt I have that I wear around.
Yeah, exactly.
God is love.
God is love.
Yeah. I have mine's 11.
Yeah.
Which is also like a really
Really, yeah.
spiritually laced number.
Totally. My dad.
Is it now?
Yeah.
I literally don't know anything about
Oh,
religion.
it's a master number.
Yeah, it's a master number. I see it all the time. I see it on broken clocks. I see it on parking meters.
That's
amazing.
I see it like on license plates,
Yeah.
and then on my phone. I'm
I
always
see-
picking up my phone
yeah.
at 11:11. I wake up at 11:11
I
without
get
an
333
alarm clock
all the time.
all the time, and I'm just like, this is fucking wild.
Yeah. And one of my best friends, her birthday is 11/11. My dad's birthday is 11/11, 1938. You put 3 and 8 together, that's another 11. So I'm like, he's the
Wow.
luckiest son of a bitch ever. And he barely made it out of Vietnam alive. So like,
It's pretty lucky.
it's pretty lucky. He broke his neck and his,
Ooh.
yeah. And he was walking around with it broken for 6 months, and they had no idea.
What?
Yeah, no, it started pressing into his spinal cord, and like he started to have like psychotic breaks.
Oh my
And so
God.
he went to the doctor. They're like, "No, you look good. You look fine." Like they weren't even like,
You look
"You look
good.
good. You look fine. You're healthy. Whatever." And
Walk it off.
Walk it off, basically, which my dad does say to me all the time. He threw the doctor up against the wall and said, "Something is fucking wrong with me, and if you don't get it figured out, like I'm gonna fucking break your neck," or something like that.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, "I hope you're right, because otherwise you're getting court-martialed," because
Right.
they were in the military.
Yeah.
So they did a lot of tests, and they're like, "Oh yeah, so that's been like pressing against you." So they had to go in. He has 2 metal bars in his neck, and so he can't turn his head.
Whoa.
So it's just like this. So there's no like, it's just like this.
Wow.
He has to really rely on that peripheral vision.
Yes, yeah, and like driving, he used to be a driver instructor teacher, and so he taught me to drive. But he never checks his blind spot other than like his mirrors. So I
Yeah.
tend not to do that either, and it drives my mom crazy. And a couple of times I've gotten close to hitting people because I don't like turn. I just check my mirrors. I'm like, I'm okay,
I'm surprised he can still be a driving instructor with that.
right? Well, and it was back in like the 70s, so
They were just
they were
like,
just like, eh.
They
He
were-
also
you could
had
be
a
drunk in the
DUI.
70s.
That's what I was saying. He had a DUI too, like not
Yeah.
at the same time, but like
Yeah, you could be a driving
be-
instructor while you were drunk in the
Yeah.
70s.
you could have a
Yeah.
cooler.
exactly.
My dad used to take me to school with fucking whiskey in his car all the time.
Yeah.
My parents were, they partied.
I love
They like
it.
to party. I can't tell you how many times as a kid I picked up an orange juice and was like, there's vodka in that. Like, so often.
Oh my god.
I used to, my mom said she started to feel guilty because every one of her kids would pick up orange juice and smell it before they would.
Oh my gosh.
And my mom's been sober for like a long time now,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was.
That was a moment.
Oh my God. People always ask me, they go, when did you start drinking? And I'm like, really late. And then I'm like, oh, right. I was like drinking.
Your palate was
Yeah.
already.
You had a few.
Yeah.
You would have a.
I had
sips.
imbibed.
Yeah.
So your dad is how old then?
He's old. He's turning 81.
81.
Yeah. And my mom is, they're going to love that I'm just, putting their age on blast, but they're young at heart. She just turned 69.
Okay. Lucky number.
Lucky
So wait,
number,
why are they
sexy
so
number.
old?
Good question. Well, so let's see, they met and like their romance is like out of a freaking, what's it called? Rom-com. It sickens me and it's ruined
Oh,
me.
I love it. Tell us the story.
I will. They've ruined me for love because they worked together. My mom outranked my dad like a badass bitch. And they met on base and he did that whole to his buddy, see that girl over there? One day I'm going to marry her. And
Oh, my grandparents did that too.
yeah. And so, but my mom knew he had the reputation for being a player. So, he would ask her out. And she's like, no, I'm not interested. I don't, whatever. I'm not interested in hooking up. And he's like, no. Like this, like, for real, I want to take you out. She's like, no. Finally, their boss was like, listen, give this Robbie guy a chance. Like, he really likes you. Like, who else would like come over and just repaint your office on like on the weekend just so you'd have a nice space? Like, he was doing all kinds of sweet stuff for her. And she's like, fine. Finally, so they decided to go bowling, like the 70s movie they're in.
Yeah.
And but they're 2 different bowling alleys on the base. So one of them was open starting on Friday and one of them was open starting on Saturday, and they decided this weekend we're going bowling. So turns out my mom thinks the weekend starts on a Saturday, my dad thinks it starts on a Friday. So they went to different bowling alleys on different days, and then come work Monday morning they both thought they stood each other up. So they were mad at each other.
But world before cell phones.
Yeah, world before cell phones. So they figured out, oh, we went to the wrong. Well, okay, whatever, blah, blah, blah. They had their first date, and they still celebrate their first date anniversary, which is so cheesy. But so lovely, because my dad is like a rock and like shows no emotion.
Very stoic man.
Very stoic man, Scorpio.
Yeah.
But loves my mom. So they started dating. They dated for like a week. And within that week, they were engaged and living together. Yes.
What?
Yes. So 6 months later, they were married. And they've been together since 1973. Like, love each other more every day. They don't tell me outright about my sex life, but they're still having sex. And, you know.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Rosebud's.
Are you gonna cry?
I just turned to look at Rosebud and she looked disgusted.
It's like,
I'm
it's
just like-
ruined me. I would have them tell me that every night as I went to sleep as my little fairy tale.
Wait, they told you that story every night?
Not every night.
All right, guys. I was
No,
like,
no,
it's
no,
not
no.
that
I'm
great
not
a story.
disgusted. I'm just like, I can't listen to things like this. It's bad for me.
Yeah.
I'm
it's-
like, I can't even hear it.
But why is it bad for you? I'm curious.
Because I'm just like, I've been on the road all weekend, so forgive me, but like, I just like, I'll be on the road and I'm just like, I'm just gonna fucking die like this old funny broad with nobody in my life. I'm just gonna be hauling my old sad tits around on the road, just telling jokes. It's just gonna be, I'm like,
Your
you're gonna be
tits
like
are
a
beautiful, they're not
sad
sad.
old clown with heavy tits, and that's like what I see for myself when I'm like sitting in a hotel room all day long. This is where my mind goes. I told you, it's not good for me.
yeah, it's not good for you.
It's not good.
No. But I understand because I have like similar fears, not identical.
Yeah.
My tits will be a little happier. But
Yeah.
It's really based on the tits. You could, I mean,
Yeah.
you can just keep getting surgeries to lift the tits.
Oh, that's true.
The rest of it might go.
True.
though.
Yeah.
True.
But yeah,
I mean,
so
listen, the
it's-
foundation crumbles.
But I don't know. But
It's
I don't
haunting
know
of
how
Hill
my,
House over here.
I don't know how my dad landed my mom. In all honesty, because he was still
he ugly?
married.
Oh.
No,
What?
he was still married at the time, but they were
Oh,
like
we didn't know
legally
this-
separated.
We didn't know this part, Cadence.
Yes. And I have.
It's a lot less romantic.
It's a lot
now.
less romantic. It got like.
Wait, no. Now it gets
interesting.
Now Rosie's invested.
Yeah. Because like they told me the toned down version growing up. And then as I got older, I learned more of the juicy stuff. So he was still technically legally married. They were separated and they hadn't been together in many years, but you know.
Oh, okay.
But for like
better.
for military benefits, he wanted to give his wife, and they had 2 boys. So he wanted to give them, you know, stability. But my mom was like, "No, we're not doing this. I need to get married."
Yeah.
She wanted to be married. So he was married at the time, and he didn't have his car because he had a DUI. And he like I just don't know, like I'm just like blown away because he did not have much going for him, and he had 2 like teenage boys. So like my mom was like, "Yeah, that's all cool.
Yeah.
It's cool, man." But she was also 23.
Wait, so where
Yeah.
where did those teenage boys end? Like, did you never lived with them or knew, right?
One of them disowned my family. Hey.
What? Why?
I honestly, I spent like a millisecond with him when I was a baby. Mm-hmm. I honestly believe he's a sociopath.
Oh, okay.
So he only cared about my mom making money for them, and like he was a big old mama's boy too. So he didn't really like that she was
the new lady.
the new lady.
Okay.
But also he would have his little brother Randy, who's a sweetheart, and I do know. He's
Great
just-
name. It's my dad's name.
Oh yeah, he's just a bit older than me.
Yeah.
So he would have his little brother go lay out in the street, and then he would go call my mom from inside the house and be like, "Oh my God, get out here. Randy's been hit by a car." What? Like stage all these like dangerous things and be like, just to like mess with my mom.
Your mom's psyche.
Yeah.
What?
Fucked.
But yeah, so eventually he just like, we would, you know, send Christmas cards and Christmas gifts in the mail or whatever to his kids. And he sent them back and said, "Do not ever contact us."
Return to sender.
Return to sender.
You bitch.
Yeah, basically, until he needed money for his drug problem. He came back, but
Wow.
yeah.
See, this is the kind of content if you fish long enough, you get the good stuff.
Yeah, no, totally.
Like, is he single? He sounds like my
Sounds
type.
like a catch. Yeah. No, but my other half brother is really cool. He's 50.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So no wonder I'm like an old soul. I've been around old people my whole life. My dad was 53 when I was born.
I also feel like only children are older souls. And my best friend is an only child, and it's like when you because then you're just living in a house with two adults, so it's like you're roommates with two grown ass people, even though they're your parents. You don't get that like silliness.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. And then I also had my gran and grandma. My gran was there the whole time. So my mom's mom was there since I was 0 before I was there. She was living in that house. So yeah. I've always, and like it's kind of gross, but I love not old men, but I like older guys.
How old are we talking?
Well, I was talking to a guy who was like 47.
Oh, okay.
Or a lot in that range.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, I was gonna say, I just turned 34. My last boyfriend was 48. Okay, I'm not that much older than you, but I'm still a good amount older than you.
Yeah.
And then, so let's spin it back and wrap it up to me also. So when you auditioned, do you remember you kind of said that you would be the mom of the group? So this all makes sense now.
Yes. Yep. 100%.
Of course, the mom of the group would pick the Julie Andrews
Oh,
episode.
of course. Oh my gosh. My whole, like, I cannot wait to be a mom. For real. Like, that's one of my biggest fears is like, I so desperately want to be a mom.
Yeah.
But I'm very single. So like.
And you want to have the kids yourself. You're not not adopting. Okay.
I mean, I maybe like later on I'd like to adopt.
Right.
But
In addition to.
Okay. I've always wanted to have at least one.
Yeah.
You're not okay. And how about like if you have to go, what if you just go to like a sperm bank?
I might do that. I know a lady who did that and I'm like, that's cool. Like she's awesome. But like with that romantic love story between my parents who were like soulmates,
Right.
I've been like, I want that.
Yeah.
And also just honestly, it's like very hard to raise. It's hard to raise a dog alone. I can't I can't imagine raising a child alone.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
You need the help. You need the helping hand.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a village.
It does take a village. But
I mean, I've never wanted. I mean, why do you want kids so bad? I'm just curious.
I do not. I don't entirely
You don't know. It's just like it's like from your soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like. I don't know. I have a weird connection with kids and babies. Like people call me the baby whisperer because I'm really good. I'm really good with kids. I actually started a company called Broadway for Babies, so I'm bringing like the magic of Broadway to humans of all ages, but especially babies and toddlers.
So wait, what does that do? What do you do with that?
Concerts, classes, birthday parties.
For how young?
Cute.
For like newborn to like newborn. I mean, like
Just someone comes in a hospital room and does jazz hands.
Exactly. I mean,
Why not?
Over your pussy.
Yeah. I mean, as like I'd say 3 months. 3 months to like 3 years is like the typical age for the class, but ultimately would love to have it go up to like 18 and be more intensive. But but for the most part, the baby to toddler range is like,
Oh, that's really sweet. I love this.
That's really sweet.
because like I see so often people are like, I really want to take my kid to Frozen, but they're 3. Do you think they can handle it? And it's like, probably
No.
not. And
Right.
the other theater goers are going to hate your guts.
For sure.
So like,
I'm glad you acknowledge this.
oh yeah, because I would hate it. Like I can be such a bitch. I want things the way I want it, and like I'm a Capricorn. Like you need to follow the rules. So
Right.
like go to a that's why I created it, because it's like you need a space where the kids can enjoy this, and
was
it's
like,
not
I'm
just
being
Barney
interrupted.
songs.
Right.
Yeah.
So I need I like that. That's
I'm
great.
getting interrupted. It's a problem.
We're going to
Yeah.
start an organization. This is a nonprofit so that my shows don't get interrupted anymore.
Yes, 100.
Fuck it.
Yes. So
I love it.
Yeah. So I'm like ultimate mommy spice. Like I can't get enough kids.
100%.
Yeah.
I see it.
Everyone needs like a mom, a friend in their life. It's very helpful, especially when you're just like, you're aging alone in New York City.
Yeah. That wasn't personal. Yeah, that wasn't personal.
I need more like I need a wife. I don't want to have to have sex with her, but I would like a wife.
Yeah.
I think that's just called a female assistant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like I forget what I think my dad called it, a Hausfrau. They had those in Vietnam. Had you heard about that?
Oh, is that like in Thailand where they have this other like female person in the household and like that's kind of what they do? I think this is a similar.
Yeah, like it's kind of like a live-in girlfriend that is just at their service. So
Wow.
yeah. The 60s
Wow.
and 70s were wild.
You know, maybe we do need some laws and some movements.
That's what we should have marched for.
The Hausfrau to get it back or to make sure
just
it's
to get a male
For
one.
women. Yeah, exactly.
I'm looking this up.
It might not be called that.
Hausfrau. No. Okay. So in the Urban Dictionary, it says a housewife of the 1950s variety, cooks, cleans, takes care of the kids, and never complains. She has no social life other than her kids, and no matter how angry or upset she may be with her husband, she never shows it.
I mean, that's kind of.
But then, wait. So, like in the dictionary, it says, fuck. It's like a housewife. I think it's so it's just like a more traditional, housewife.
Right, but they don't have to have any loyalty to the GIs over there. Didn't have to have any loyalty to those housewomen. So to speak.
That part is left out of this definition, but
it might have been an even more politically incorrect term that he just did not tell me.
Yeah,
because
Well, sometimes your parents will say things around the house and then you don't realize it gets like an inappropriate to share with your friends at school.
Yeah.
And you're like, guys, if you're saying fucked up shit at home, like you have to let me know I'm a kid. I'm going to repeat this.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Or like just don't say things like, oh, we're off like a herd of turtles, and then let your daughter think that it's totally normal, and then she says it to everyone she meets.
And that's like a saying that does not
exist. That's a saying does not exist.
Right, okay.
Right.
But I was convinced it did. I'm like, oh, we're off like a herd of turtles. And my friend's like, what the fuck are you saying?
A group of
Oh my God,
turtles is
can I,
definitely
like-
not called a herd.
There's the funniest story. Like Kevin Barnett was this hilarious comic who died this year, and he, I was talking to Che about it, and like everybody was telling stories the night that he died, and one night, I guess Kevin got really drunk, and he was like passed out on the couch, and Che said something about like, oh, we're gonna go do this, we're gonna go to this bar, and they were like, Kevin's too drunk, and Kevin jumps up, he goes, I'm as sober as a cat. And everybody was like, what?
That's not a thing.
And now that's just something that Che says. He'll just be like, I'm sober as a cat.
Yeah.
And it's like, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. No, it's great. Yeah.
It's something that only a drunk person would say.
Yeah, like nothing makes you sound
More drunk than saying I'm sober as a cat.
Comparing your sobriety to an animal.
That's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Fun fact, a group of turtles is known as a bale. I know you guys were wondering.
Oh, a bale.
Oh.
How do you spell that? B-A-L-E?
Yeah, like kale with a B. Yep. I love it.
I actually
we're
knew
off
that.
like a bale of turtles.
I knew that already. That
You
was
knew that just like you knew about the
other
Audrey
thing.
Hepburn.
Yeah. Yeah.
about the other thing.
Oh, can I do a quick Julie Andrews singing impersonation?
Oh,
yes.
that's sure.
That's how I taught myself to sing, was by mimicking. Going back.
Oh my God. All right.
Okay. Oh, it's a jolly holiday with you, Bert. Gentlemen like you are few.
Oh my fucking God.
Though you're just a diamond in the rough, Bert, underneath your blood is blue. You'd never think of pressing your advantage. Forbearance is the hallmark of your creed. A lady needn't fear when you are near. Your sweet gentility is crystal clear. Oh, it's a jolly holiday with you, Bert. A jolly, jolly holiday with you.
Wow.
Dude, we
That was
told you guys
amazing.
they can fucking sing.
That was so good. Do you do impressions too? Because I always find people who are good at impressions a lot of times are also good at singing impressions.
Oh, yeah. I mean, my mom always did the really annoying thing of being like, you should be on SNL. You can do so many voices.
Right.
But like, no. No. I for the most part, I can only somewhat mimic certain
Wait, 'cause
things.
didn't you do like a Britney Spears-esque?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You can do Britney
Oh, baby,
Yeah.
baby, I was supposed to know.
She's a fun one. I
She's
like
a
her.
fun one.
I wish I
also
could
do
sing well.
Miranda sings. Ho, ho, ho. So like I was debating when you said pick one. I was like, Miranda sings or Julie Andrews? Miranda sings or Julie Andrews?
Julie Andrews.
Julie Andrews.
Well, I know way less
Gotta
about
stick
Julie
with the-
Andrews than that I do about Miranda Sings. So I was like, Miranda
Yeah.
Sings is in the comedy space, so it's like you know a little bit more about her. Oh, I do. She's like, I think she's a genius.
Yeah, no, totally. I
She's
agree.
a crazy little genius.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday evening. Where can we find you on social media?
Sure. So my Instagram, my personal one is Jessica Cadence. So it's that Jessica, and then put D-E-N-C-E,
Dence, yeah.
Dence, at the end of it. Or if you want to follow Broadway for Babies,
Yes.
it's at Broadway for babies, spell out for FOR.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Of course, thank you.
And yes, as always, you can see not as always, as this week, you can see Rosebud and I at the Rogue
Island Comedy Festival
Rhode
in
Island.
Newport, Rhode Island.
Okay, that's the real. That's the real.
That
place.
is the real place on Thursday, October 10th. Go to the website, get tickets for the 9 p.m. show, get tickets for the 7 p.m. show. 9 p.m. is the podcast, 7 p.m. is the stand-up. We'll see you there. Where can we find you?
Yeah, and then I'm at Philanthropy Gal on all social media. This weekend, I'm also going to be headlining Zany's Nashville. There's 2 shows. So it's Friday, October 11th, and Saturday, October 12th, 9:15 p.m. Headlining with special guests Jamie Kilstein and Shane Smith. And yeah, buy tickets. It'll be fun. It's definitely all new material since last time I was in Nashville, because that was like 2 years ago. So
Awesome.
yes.
You can find me at Rosebud Baker on Instagram, Twitter, and I don't know where I'm going to be, so just follow me on those, and I'll probably promote those very poorly and get the dates wrong, and just go to my website, I guess.
Our producer, Mike Coscarelli, is at Mike Coscarelli, and the wonderful Sarah Dooley does this theme song. She's at Unruliest Dooley, and she also has a book available for pre-order right now called Are You My Uber?
Oh, wait, can I say one more thing?
Of course you can.
If there's anybody that listens to this that has experience being an assistant or is very organized, fucking contact me on Instagram. Just DM me, because I got to do something. I need help. So I had to put that out there.
Is it a paid position or an internship?
We're gonna work it out. I think it's gonna have to be. I think it's gonna have to be paid. But we'll see what it depends, because I've never delegated before. I don't know how much work I'm gonna be giving them.
All right.
So if you're interested, just hit me up on Instagram. Okay.
Love you guys. Bye.
Love you.
Talk to you
Bye.
next week. Bye.